Oh, hello. You know you've ordered a lot of food when the tower of cardboard boxes starts wobbling when you touch it.
Remember that old saying about never going food shopping when you're hungry? Whoever thought that up has clearly never been to 99 Ranch, a nationwide chain of Chinese and Pan-Asian supermarkets that offers plenty of reasons to chow down right there at the store. But rest assured, once you do start shopping, you might not be able to stop. It's time to get lost in the supermarket.
So the first thing you see when you come into 99 Ranch is this mountain of sacks of rice. This is clearly an indication of a population that really needs a whole lot of rice all at once. And that just continues when you go into the produce section. This is one of my favorite vegetables. I actually first became obsessed with it when I was in Shanghai. It's called celtis, or lettuce stem, and it kind of has like a bamboo shoot-like crispness, and you shave it down, serve it like lightly steamed with a soy sauce. It's really, really delicious. This might look like a salad green or another kind of stir-fry green. It's actually a kind of celery, Chinese celery. The smell is just like celery times 10, and you can see like way more celery leaves, which have a lot more of the flavor in there. Here, this tool that looks like a flogging device is actually just an enormous length of green beans. So if you've ever felt like the green beans you've been eating are just too short and you just kind of want to twirl them around your fork, you've got these glorious long beans right here. I really wish I could tear into one of these with my bare hands, but a pomelo, which is like an overgrown and extra delicious grapefruit, has a skin that's like almost an inch thick, so it's kind of impenetrable without the aid of a really big knife, but I'm gonna grab one of these for later. So I was almost going to leave the produce section without talking about the mushroom situation, and that would be really bad. These king oyster mushrooms are one of my favorite things. Okay, first of all, ridiculously inexpensive. They're like sort of like super meaty wild mushrooms that you can like slice in half and cross-hatch and rub with oil and sear, and they're super delicious when roasted. And the mushroom situation just keeps going over here. So you start with your standard crimini and white button mushrooms, but then you get into these shiitake mushrooms that look kind of like a little busted, but that's actually a really, really good thing. Actually, this cracked surface of the shiitake mushrooms means that they're extra mature and super flavorful, so it's definitely something to look for. So we're gonna head over to Noodle Town now. It's this entire aisle devoted to noodles, dumplings, rice cakes, basically everything chewy under the sun. If you want Vietnamese noodles, you have Vietnamese noodles. If you want Korean fresh noodles for a Korean style noodle soup, you've got it. Here we have like fresh ramen in the bag with like multiple kinds of seasoning packets and oils in there. So it's like a super high class kind of ramen situation. And you can see the noodles here, ridiculously fresh, like still freshly dusted in flour. Then we get into a bit of a porky section here. Alongside the sausage, you have all of these super flavorful, thick cut bacons. And these are, like this one, for example, is flavored with cinnamon. This one is Szechuan spice, so ma la means numbing hot. So you got like your numbing hot bacon here. So for bacon fanatics, like I can only imagine the taste sensation they would experience. And then we have this candy-like assortment of different types of pickled mustard tubers. That's going to be like any kind of pickle, just something like really tangy and delicious to serve with salty, savory things. I might just open up one of these and give them a try. I'm going to try this salty, spicy, shredded radish. Very crunchy, kind of slightly zingy flavor, and actually super addictive. And then we get into what I can only describe as the ball section. Hong Kong style pork and mushroom balls, beef meatballs. Then down here we have our fish balls. They're equally savory and feature truly adorable fish who are very affectionate towards each other. So I wish I could tell you the ball section is over, but it really isn't. It continues over here in the frozen section. So we've got squid nuggets, cuttlefish balls, fish ball with roe, so like super salty oceanic experience, all usually put into soup. But then you round a corner and all of a sudden you're at an aquarium, an edible aquarium. 2 different sizes of clam here, sea snails, and kind of like clam-like, you like a little chew with your fishiness, or just pick a fish and go over here to one of these gentlemen and ask them to cook it for you right here. They offer several fresh seafood services from number 1 all the way to number 6 crispy fry. Could I get one of these golden pompanos fried extra crispy, number 52? 10 minutes till fried fish.
Now that we've tackled produce, meat, and fish, it's time to dive into the ridiculously diverse middle aisles of 99 Ranch, home to everything from salty snacks and sugary sweets to hard-to-find, flavor-packed condiments.
So just like how when we walked into the store, we were confronted with a mountain of rice, here we have a veritable shrine to chili oil. This really, really makes me happy, especially because you not only have your ordinary red chili oil, but this wonderful development called Spicy Chili Crisp. So that's not just chili infused oil, but ultra crunchy chili bits that are super delicious to eat also. Rice, just like anything else, is harvested in seasons, and the rice that you get in an ordinary supermarket, you don't even know how long it's been staying in a warehouse. But the rice you get at an Asian market is usually like far, far fresher. We also have a lot of really amazing vinegars that have like really earthy fermented flavors. Rice vinegar is the most common kind, but I'm obsessed with black vinegar, which is really, really delicious with pork dumplings. I'm just gonna like knock back a sip of this. It has this like almost raisiny sweetness to it that, yeah, goes really, really well with anything savory and porky. Even better than just drinking it straight from the bottle. And we've arrived at the pork floss section. So this is just seasoned dried pork that's dehydrated and shredded into a savory powder that you can eat in sandwiches or folded into steamed buns or just sprinkled on hot rice. So the pork floss fest continues over here, and I feel like it would be a shame to walk by this section without actually trying it. I'm liking this color, very caramelly. The aroma is toasty and porky. The sound is cotton. It's like pork barbecue powder. I could see making pork floss a daily habit. Let's go check on our fish.
Number 52.
So this package is steaming hot. It's like kind of burning my hands, and the smell that's being emitted from it is just crazy. Skin has become super crispy, as promised, and the flesh inside is really tender. So good. Okay, this is one of my favorite and most exciting aisles. This is the snackety snack aisle. Tom Yum Goong flavor. Okay, this is intriguing to me. Tom Yum Goong, anyone's a fan of the spicy seafood soup from Thailand? It's like a spicy shrimp soup. This is all of that infused into a crispy sheet. Okay, closing my eyes and imagining I'm eating this bowl of soup. It's actually very easy. There's shrimpiness, spiciness. I'm even getting like lime leaf flavor. It's an entire soup encased in a seaweed cracker.
Snacking in the aisles isn't my usual MO, but it's impossible to resist trying pretty much every surprising and surprisingly addictive snack on offer, especially when it features vegetarian meat floss.
So the snack aisle continues on this end, and in addition to this delightful Hello Panda display, which I fully intend to devour later, we have something called Snow Lovers, which appears to be crunchy corn roll with vegetarian meat floss on the top of it, and chocolate. There's chocolate in it too. So there seem to be a variety of legumes: corn, mung bean, adzuki bean. The aroma is nice and chocolatey. Wow, this is ridiculously good. The inside is almost like a Kit Kat bar, kind of like wafery crunchiness with like an inside that's slightly softer that I guess is the mixed grains. Outside is a really nice chocolate flavor. And then the vegetarian pork floss is just adding this like savory umami-ness. This is really working for me. Snow Lovers. Pocky section here, obviously extensive. And of course you can find Pocky in a lot of places now, but only in a supermarket like this you get like really esoteric varieties of Pocky that you can really blow your friends' minds with. Like, I've never seen blonde chocolate Pocky. It looks like the label has some sort of puddle of caramel. Pocky itself is caramel flavored and salty, lightly coated in like a really mild milk chocolate. It's totally Pocky Dork Pocky. If you look at the aisle description here, there's only one conclusion to draw. This is just a ramen eater's paradise. Both sides of the aisle, the entire aisle, up and down. You got your cup noodles, you got your packet noodles. You have exceedingly charming men sharing the joy of XO sauce shrimp egg noodles. The opportunities for exploration are amazing. And the package design is exquisite. Wow, here's the dude again. I trust this guy with my noodles.
After that whirlwind tour of the store, I'm running on fumes and ready to sit down to a proper dim sum feast. Luckily, there's a steamy, dreamy dim sum buffet right here to dive into.
Shrimp dumplings, the true test of any dim sum. This football-sized fried meat dumpling with pork looks incredible.
No pre-made, pre-wrapped sandwiches in this food court. Here, you get to watch skilled cooks prep your lunch right before your eyes. The only challenge? Having to choose between spicy Malaysian tofu soup, Cantonese crepe-wrapped donuts, and crisp-skinned roast pork.
So right off the bat, this is glutinous rice dough with spiced barbecue pork inside. It's like savory saltwater taffy with pork in it. So this is the pork belly with the ribs still attached. Dip it into the sauce here. A little smoky, sweet Chinese barbecue flavor. I think I'm ready to try some soup. Really big pieces of shrimp in this wonton. So this is a jianbing. It's basically a crispy donut, like a cruller, encased in a 2-layer crepe of flour and also beaten egg with a ton of scallions and chili sauce and cilantro. This is the other thing I'm really excited about. This absurdly enormous lamb burger. The meat is actually loose, just like chopped up and flavored with cumin, which is really popular in northern China as a flavoring. Cumin and lamb are like so ridiculously good together.
I'm ready to take a cat nap in the food court after that feast, but there's no time to lose. I have too many new discoveries and forgotten favorites to throw into the shopping cart and haul home. And the first thing I'll do when I get there? Start planning my next trip to pick up everything I missed this time around.
I'm gonna need some help with this.
This is good footage. Oh, I'm sorry. You did good on your own.
I need scissors after all.